Doug, good job. I enjoyed it. You are very creative with your ideas and your storytelling. You had such a compelling intro. I loved it. I love it when people use awkward, like kind of uncomfortable humor effectively. It's like you brought out the can and we're all like, what is this? And you took your time with it in that intro and you did a great job pulling us in. I love that. That was great. So great job with a compelling intro and use of the prop in that instance. Also really liked your idea for an action item for the audience for us to take away from the speech, which was associating bad habits with bad outcomes and really trying to overcome some of our bad habits. So really creative, great job. Some things that we might work on. You talked about confidence. You had great flashes of confidence, like your intro with the prop. It was great. But then as I could feel your nerves are anxious a little bit, you'd retreat a little, and you'd have a tendency to look at the floor a little bit. So with that, a big point of mine is to stay connected with the audience. You really hooked us with that intro, and I know when I get nervous giving speeches, I try to feed off of the energy. So when my joke lands, I'm like, yes, that's a confidence boost. Like, here we go. So stay connected and with those emotional moments. One in particular, you told the compelling part of associating having to put your dog down. And you said, we all know what that's like, but you kind of blew quickly through that emotional connection. Like those of us who have gone through that, we do know what that's like, but your pacing didn't slow down there to really let us feel it with you for a moment. So really good thing to tie it to, but give us time to feel it. Interestingly, you told me to look for your ahs and your ums, but you do tend to still have quite a few. It's understandable as you're anxious, so you're aware of it. But interesting and uniquely, one of your crutch words is actually repetitions, like repeating. So rather than just slipping in all the ums and the ahs with you actually repeat some of your sentences over and parts of your sentences over. And repetition can be really effective for emphasis, but unplanned repetition just starts to feel a little distracting, like a little bit of a skipping record. So I'd be mindful of that as well. So yeah, connecting with the audience. And then finally, using your props. You did an excellent job with the prop to begin. However, you want to plan for how you're going to use the prop throughout the speech. You set it back over here, and then it became a distraction because you wanted to keep going, turning your back to the audience and turning back. And it was like your teddy bear, like safety to go back for it, right? A good example is if you had the chance to hear Brad's speech recently where he gave stories around Christmas time. And he told us this very compelling story, but then he pulled out the knife. And he only used it briefly, and then he put it back away. I would encourage you to try to do the same. So, but great job and a lot to